welcome to a cozy winter day. We woke up to a little dusting of snow this morning, which makes me very happy. I know that is a super unpopular opinion to like snow, but I just think it is so pretty. We have such gray, well, we have a lot of gray weather here in northeastern Ohio, but especially in the winter time, it is just gray day after gray day. And I just feel like the snow brightens things up, and yeah, I like it. Of course, I don't like the roads being bad, but as long as they can get those cleared and yeah, safe for everyone, then I love it when we have snow on the ground. I have just been enjoying a slow start to my day, sipping my Americano and eating some little cookies while I knit. I'm working on a new design that I cast on, I think it was about a week ago, and I got like 1.5 inches done on it and just realized that there was something about the design that I wanted to change in the ribbing. And I thought about it for like a day or part of a day, and kind of like tried to convince myself like, oh no, just leave it. But I just knew, it was just like a gut feeling that I wanted to change it. And I'm so happy that I did, even though I lost all of that progress, which is fine. Of course, it's just more knitting time. And very often I feel like that happens with designs, that even if I sketch things and like plan it out, sometimes until I like see it actually knit up, not just like in a swatch or something, but like in the actual like size of whatever I'm making, I just don't know. And so yeah, that is just part of the process. And so I ripped back a couple of days ago and recast on like multiple times. I think I cast this on at least 3 times. It's a tubular cast on, and every time when I was working the first row, I messed something up. Like a stitch slipped off the one time, and another time there was like a little mistake in the cast on. And so yeah, I had to rip it back multiple times. So I'm a real expert at the tubular cast on now. I can do it very fast. But yeah, I got it recast on, and I'm so glad that I started over again and changed the ribbing. What I was doing before, it was just going to be too chunky looking for the design. And this is I don't know if you want to say like another variation, but another version of cadence. So I have a cadence wrap pattern, and this is going to be a vest with the same stitch pattern. And on the wrap, I'd done a really chunky ribbing, and I liked it on that. But for some reason, for the vest, I was not feeling it for this. And so yeah, I ripped back, and I'm doing a 1x1 ribbing with the tubular edge, which looks so nice and clean. There is, yeah, just nothing like the finish of a tubular cast on or tubular bind off, especially for garments, like sweaters, vests, things like that. I just think it looks so like, I don't know, like professional, not like I don't know, just looks really nice and finished, like a good finishing detail. And so I am back making progress and enjoying it. This is a new colorway that I dyed up specifically for this design. I have not named it yet, so if you have a good idea for this colorway name, I would love to hear it down in the comments. I'm not sure how well it's showing up here on camera. Kind of matches my shirt that I'm wearing, but it's like a grayish green. I would say not super olive, because there is a little bit of like a blue tone to the green as well. And so from what I'm seeing in the camera, it's a little more blue toned green than what it's looking here. But yeah, like a grayish green or greenish gray, whichever way you want to say that, is what the color looks like. And then I'm pairing it with oatmeal for the contrast color. next few weeks. I'm using my Mist Folio for more like my work stuff. I've got my planner in here, and then I started a new design notebook, and then I'm using the one that I made in the copper colorway for more like personal journaling. And so I am doing my own planner layout with a dot grid notebook. I had talked about ordering a planner that was an A5 size, and I just never got around to ordering it. And so it was like the first week back to work after the new year, and I didn't have a planner. And so I just went ahead and did my own layout, and I am so excited about this. I think it's going to be so fun to decorate the weeks and yeah, just have it be a little bit more like creative and kind of, I don't know, a little mix of like art journaling in with my planner. And so I thought I would go ahead and lay out, maybe I'll actually even do through the end of January. That way I don't have to sit down like every single week and do the layouts. I can just kind of do it whenever I feel like it, do like the next few. And yeah, I just think it's gonna be so fun. So I've gathered my stamps and stickers, washi tape. My friend Katie gave me this new washi tape and sticker book, and so I'm very excited about those and want to use some of them. And yeah, I also want to figure out how to use this thing. Well, I know how to use it, but when I was pulling out some of my art supplies, I found this the other day, and when I did the first week's layout, and so I made a 2026 label for my planner, but I want to put a design label on the front of my design notebook. I have my Cadence vest, has my first design in it. And so I want to put a label with the word, just the word design on the front of it. But I ran the cartridge of green out doing this. It took me a couple practices to get a good one. And so I need to figure out how to switch this. And I love this thing. I think it was maybe my grandparents'. I feel like I remember it in a drawer at my grandparents' house. And yeah, I just discovered it in my art supplies. So they must have given it to me at some point. And yeah, so it's like super old school, but like I love the vintage look that, yeah, that it makes, especially on the craft paper notebooks. So I'm gonna try and figure that out too. And yeah, just have fun being creative, stickering, stamping, washi taping to my heart's content. So for the layout, I'm doing a 2-page spread for each week because I like a lot of room to write in my planner. And I'm just simply drawing a line at the top and the bottom. I like to leave a little bit more room at the top so that I can put the month up there and decorate it a little bit too. And then between those two lines, I'm just dividing that in half and following my dot grid lines, which you can kind of see through from the previous week. So before like the first week I had to count to find the center and then the center again. So I will have 4 sections on each page. But now that I can like see through from the last week, I actually don't even have to do that. And so I'm just gonna draw my lines across, and I'm not even using a straight edge because I'm trying to embrace just the imperfection of this. So since there's one extra space, I've been using this top box for just like priorities for the week or any notes that I want to write down. And then I start my days in the second box on the first page. Another fun thing that I'm doing this year is instead of using my pen to mark things off my list when I get them done, I'm using a colored pencil to mark through the words. And so each week I'll pick out a different color that coordinates with how I've decorated the pages and then use that to cross things off. And so I just stick it in my little pen pouch along with my pen, and that way I have it handy. Last week it was this light blue. And yeah, it just feels like a really fun way to check things off.